All right, let's take a look at it. So we got these large, which I call deep and shallow liquidity grab zones. This is our deep chart. So when we're using I'm showing in the trading room a Unirinco 1135, and then I'm showing as far as the indicator goes, it's the indicator based, showing these liquidity grab zones where the market likes to pull back and reverse. These are high probability reverse zones. I'm showing a 200 sim, our proprietary sim Rinco zone, and I'm showing a 100 proprietary Rinco zone. You can add 35 in there if you want also as an additional one. The two main ones are the 200 and 100. I'm running it off of a 1135 on a 24/7 chart around the clock. And then when we get at 8:30, we'll do fresh demand and supply liquidity grab zones. We'll switch it over to the NYMEX 6, and that will show fresh lines, fresh zones from 8:30 all the way to 1:30 this afternoon. We had some big reversals yesterday again. If we look at what's the difference between a deep zone and a shallow liquidity grab zone, this is what's happened here yesterday or last night, and then yesterday we had some big one reversals also. You want to see price get into these zones. The difference is the deep liquidity grab zones do not have to be with trend because they're really deep pullback. We want price to get into the zone, close inside of it. It cannot close outside of it by one candle or there's no setup. Then we need a V-top or a reversal candle. We're looking for a major reversal, and we're trying to profit from the move down from there. Same way on the buy setup, we want to get into the zone like it did last night. Doesn't matter how many candles it closes inside the zone. It just can't close outside of the zone, close inside of it, get the reversal candle, nice push up. So these zones do not have to be with trend because they're major possible reversal zones. All right. You want to come inside of it. Here's yesterday morning. Beautiful setup. We had some big ones in a row. You come up. Once you break what's called the market structure, which is the outside of the zone, once you break below it, this is where old demand becomes new supply. So let me tell you how it looks. Here's demand, right? Because it caught this low. There's demand. See, it caught the low, got the reversal. You're trying to profit from here, 90, all the way up to 5,700. That's a 10-point move potential. So here's how supply, and that's why I'm doing this video, to show you how demand, sorry, got that reversed. Demand becomes new supply if it breaks. So there's your demand. Once it closes by one candle below, that breaks market structure. Market structure is now broken. This becomes new supply. Once it closes back inside of it and reverses, you have yourself a big trade. This happens all the time on a daily basis in all these markets. Either it's going to reverse inside of it or break, retest it. Old demand becomes new supply. There's a reversal, and this one was 75 down to 59, 15 S&P point move in a matter of 15, 16 minutes. This is a 10-point move. We're trying to profit from after the V-top, V-bottom here. We're trying to profit here after the V-top. Comes down to the big zone. We're looking for a reversal, cannot close outside of it. It held market structure. We're looking for a major possible liquidity grab zone reversal. Closes. We're trying to profit from here back up to the zone, then it comes back up to supply, and we get it again. So that's your major level that we can, that the levels, that's the 200 and 100 are proprietary sim zone. Then we come into with zone with trend. So this is a 24-hour chart. Let's look at the total trades per in the entire session. The entire session, these are trade setups here since midnight. We have our 30-year back tested zone right here, 30-year back tested zone. This is a 1165 under the strategy, SimTick strategy. We have a 1165 showing us the zone. Unirinco 1165 to get us there. The indicator is different though. This is our shallow liquidity grab. What we show here is our sim outer edge indicator. Our trend is now not the 100 and 200 deep zones, but the 25 liquidity grab shallow zones. And I expanded it to a maximum of a 62.28. That's the farthest you can go. Our standard's 54.38. That's been back tested for 30 years as the best zone to reverse price. You can extend all the way out to 62.28. I would not go below 28. I would not go above 62. Statistically, those are the best zones that we come up with. And that produces these green trends, green zone trends to buy, red zone trends to sell. So if we look in the entire session, we turn to a green zone all the way up. Zone's green. That tells us statistically over the last 30 years that that's the best time to buy retracements. So what we do is we get inside of these 25 sim zones. Once price gets inside of it, does not close below market structure before the reversal. There's market structure. Gives us a nice reversal. On this chart, I'm using a 1130. You can use 1125, 1120, 1135. Doesn't matter about the Unirinco because the zones stay the same. You can use any bar type actually on the zones that you want. It just, these zones are our proprietary zones that come up with our indicator. So we've had 2 qualified trades only this morning since midnight. Here we went from 90 all the way to high of 15, 20 S&P point potential run. And this is where you can use this chart, you can use our automated SimTick algorithm with it. This is where you can turn on the algorithm inside the zone. Just make sure whatever you use as your bar type, make sure your stop's large enough. If I use a 30 tick, make sure you're large enough to withstand that initially. What you do is you're able to trail price. We have an automated trail. Your trail where you can, you'll have a profit target and your trail target based upon your profit level that you want. Let's say you want $600 profit gain versus $200 stop loss or $100 stop loss or $300 stop loss, what have you. You'll get a stop line and a profit target line that comes up after the entry, and you can point and click like Chart Trader and drag those. But this chart specifically is for, hey Leo, good morning. George, good morning. Hey Vincat, good morning. So this is specifically for trading trend, trading overall trend direction. All right, we're trading trend retracements. We come down here about 7:30 this morning, start downtrending and a downtrend. This tries to get up into our sell zone here, does not make it. We get a trend change, come up, we get right into our buy zone. Remember, it just has to touch it or get inside of it by a close. It touched right on it. There's your buy signal at that level. So you can use your automated algorithm if you want to. to fire in the trade only at the zones. Whatever you guys want to do there, only at the zones, and don't use it only for zone trading only if you wanted to do that. If we look at yesterday, we get into our zone trading. We had some nice trades. We had a nice trade into the close. Right here, right down to the top of the zone. This was at 1520 or 320. 21 potential all the way up to 32. 11 S&P point run. When you get down to these 25 zones, I'm looking for a 10 to 12 point S&P point run within about 10 to 15 minutes. We were up from 11:30 to 1:30. We were moving up. It came inside the zone. Potential move from 26.5 to 36, almost 10 S&P points again in a matter of 15 minutes. Comes down to my buy zone again, right inside of it. Potential moves from 32 to almost 42, 10 S&P points again. 1304, so that's about almost 20 minutes. You're looking for these nice moves outside these zones. Come down to the buy zone. Here's a nice big one on the buy zone. We get two buy zone trades. This one really got extended well. 98 up to 33, almost 35 S&P point run. In the morning, we had a couple sell zones. Sell zone there, sell zone there. There's our buy zone with trend, buy zone with trend, sell zone with trend. So you see what we're trying to do. We're trying to buy and sell retracements with overall trend direction. Yesterday, we had a lot of nice setups as the day progressed. Off the 25 sim sell zone, we're looking for retracements with overall 30-year back-tested trend. Today, we'll do the same thing. We're off to two of them already. So now it's after 8:30. So I want a 24/7 chart right here. 24/7. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in and I want to see fresh supply demand zones. I'm going to go down. I'm going to go to NYMEX 6. I'm going to change it to NYMEX 6. Now I'm looking for only buy and sell zones that are fresh, that are coming up. You can run the 24/7 and this one beside each other if you want. But if you look at yesterday, same thing. Comes down to the zone. Nice trade right there. Comes down to the zone. Reverses. Nice trade right there going into 130. It's the same exact thing. We're looking for fresh supply demand to come up. Sell. Sell. There's a nice buy zone off the NYMEX because I'm looking for fresh supply demand zones. 25 sim zones with zone trend only, 30-year back tested zone. Comes right up inside of it. Does not break market structure. Reverses. Down inside of it. Reverses. So that's what we're going to do here this morning. So now it's ticking fresh. So right now it's starting to tick fresh. Liquidity grab zones, our sell zones here. We're in a downtrend. So we want to come up into this zone, give us a reversal for a sell signal. That'll be our next setup coming up. So we'll keep an eye on that as far as that goes. We can switch this over to a a NYMEX also from 24/7. And we'll start watching for trade setups as they start developing here also.